Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This will be your weekly segment, a 4-card intuitive spread drawing out some messages that may be helpful for you for the upcoming week. These messages will be general, some will resonate whilst others will not, so please try and keep an open mind when absorbing these messages. Let's get straight into it and see what the weekly theme is for the sign of Scorpio. Those born under the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus. What are the weekly messages? What is the weekly theme for Scorpio for the upcoming week? Scorpio for the week ahead. And you have divine animals. I believe you had divine feminine last week. And now we have divine animals. Soul companions on your journey. Animals reflect the divine love that we are. Okay, it's coming into our animalistic energies here. This is basic instinct, is what's coming up for you for the week ahead. Animals, pets, absolutely can play a role for you in terms of love, in terms of nurturing, in terms of companionships, absolutely. It also goes to show the difference between that higher human consciousness and the instinctiveness, love, nurturing and protectiveness that comes with animalistic behavior here. So what we're seeing is possibly a sharp contrast in the week ahead here for you, Scorpio. You may find that there may be elements or there may be periods in the upcoming week where sometimes you feel more in alignment, or perhaps you're reacting to certain situations more so on your basic instinct rather than rationalizing and compartmentalizing a certain situation using the human psyche here. Now, some of you may be dealing with a Leo here. There is a Leo, and I do believe it can be someone who exhibits Leo traits, someone who does have that nurturing ability, someone who is, in the spotlight quite often because of a very alpha male or an alpha female personality here, may have a bit of pride. These sort of elements can come up in the upcoming week here for you. But maybe this is also about you taming your inner lion or inner lioness here. Possessiveness, protectiveness, you wanting things to go a certain way. You have a lot of influence around you here. Because the animal, the energy of the animal you're taking up here is the lion. So this is quite powerful. You have a lot of influence over someone, possibly over yourself here, Scorpio, or someone else. But again, it speaks of that contrast of animalistic basic instinct and the higher human consciousness as well. Let's have a look at the Shadowscape Tarot and see how this applies. Okay, you had a card flip over and it was the Sun card. You do represent the Sun here in this particular reading here, Scorpio. Now, of course, this can be a Sun sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. So unless this person is around you, I do believe you're evoking Sun energy. And this is masculine energy. This is very forward energy. This is you being in the spotlight. This is you having, you're a central theme. You're a very important theme or person or, source for someone around you right now. You're coming up with someone's Sun energy, if not your own. The Sun is all about illumination, coming out of darkness here. It rules creativity, children, any ability of ours that is quite open. It is an openness or a receptiveness, absolutely here. I feel like the Sun is coming down and beaming on you, especially in the imagery of these cards here, Scorpio. This is quite powerful. But the Sun is coming in and displaying warmth and harmony, perhaps in your connection to someone else, or perhaps internally here as well. So this is quite powerful. It can absolutely be a Sun sign coming in. It can be the birth of a new child or a pregnancy. Possibly you may hear of this in the upcoming week. But I honestly feel like there's warmth that's being generated here. And I think it may have something to do with how you are internally and what you're displaying, what you're exhibiting to the outside world. But at the same time, I do believe there's Sun energy. This is beautiful harmony. Someone is really stepping up here, Scorpio, in a very, very prominent way. And it looks as though, from this point forward, it looks as though things could go very, very well. I almost feel like it's someone's natural instinct that's coming out here. Their basic instinct. But it's about you, Scorpio, and how they see you, how they revere you, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo here. Possibly a new opportunity that looms ahead this coming week. It might be with a romantic person. It could be with a business partner. It could be new lucrative ventures, possibly even a new job that may present itself. Again, it ties in with natural ability. This is an offer of consistency, stability, perhaps in finances. Perhaps it's coming from an earth sign here as well. But you see that contrast here. The Ace of Pentacles energy is someone coming into your existence, Scorpio. Or maybe this is you coming in with earth energy. And the sort of energy that is around Pentacles is someone that rationalizes. Someone that wants to go steady, someone that needs to see a clear vision, but they also need clear steps on how they're going to get to that vision. It's not someone who makes decision on a whim. It's not someone who is led by impulse and desire. This is a stark contrast from the Sun and Divine Animals energy, because Sun energy acts on impulse. It's fire. So anything that gets it going, anything that inspires, that motivates, that intrigues, that attracts, it is what this other person or this other entity is going to behave like. Whereas the Ace of Pentacles is that stark contrast that I was mentioning, from that higher consciousness, rationality, logic playing a crucial part in a decision, rather than basic instinct here, the need for ego or the need to protect ourselves. So there's a stark contrast occurring here. For some of you, there's a natural role. It's a leadership role. It's somewhere where you're quite prominent here, Scorpio. This is coming in for you. Ace of Pentacles could very well be a lucrative new job offer that makes itself known to you. And it's really quite an empowering position, or an empowering notion, or an empowering conversation here. So I do like what this represents, and I do think there's potential for you to grow and have a lot of stability around you in a lot of different areas with this new opportunity, because the Ace is, it's a golden opportunity that looms here. It's being protected. It could obviously bring you finances. It could bring you stability. It could bring you prestige even. You do have the Hermit. This is a Virgo coming through, Virgo energy, and Virgo is the epitome of that higher level of consciousness here, because the Hermit energy, the Virgo, is very analytical. The Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so they revere communication of any kind, internal, external thoughts, expressions of thought, feelings, etc. And you can almost see the Hermit is very, very curious. It always likes closure, always likes to compartmentalize things. So this is the stark contrast I'm talking about. On one end of the spectrum here, Scorpio, you've got a very warm energy, an energy that embraces anything that makes itself known to you. Whereas on the other side of the spectrum, you might have a Virgo you may be dealing with here, or suddenly someone's looking at something from different eyes. There's a shift in perception perhaps. And this again contrasts, because the Hermit doesn't act on impulse. It's almost like they need to register their own feelings with themselves and then take the next steps. And they need to rationalize everything that occurs around them. This could be self-critical behavior here as well, happening either internally or externally. Some of you might have some sort of basic instinct here to protect yourself. The Hermit is autonomous, very independent, oftentimes deals with things better when they're alone. So maybe this is something you'll deal with better if you're left alone here. Maybe this new opportunity, maybe this is quite a new autonomous opportunity where you get to be quite creative, perhaps be quite logical, yes, but in a very independent sense. But coming back to that weekly theme of divine animals, you have such different, animals here. I mean, you do have these the birds and these lovely reptiles, and then you've got this, you know, mammal here, and the sun energy. And this makes me think of, you know, coming back to science, and the cold-blooded reptile needs to bask in the sun to get his energy. So extracting of energy, maybe, you know, he uses the sun to get warm, to warm up his blood. So it's almost like some of you, you need to extract something here, or you know, it's adapting. It's settling in and understanding what you can gain from this situation here, Scorpio. That's what's going to help you forward. I do believe if you have been lonely for quite some time, you may be meeting someone that's divinely placed in your path. Especially in animalistic behavior, this person could complement you in a lot of ways here. And this is quite powerful. This is an underlying connection here. It can't really be explained because you just feel drawn to each other. It's a very strong spiritual energy that's bringing the two of you together. And perhaps, you know, it's a feeling that you can't rationalize. As much as you try, you won't be able to justify it. You'll just feel it. You'll just feel that radiance and that warmth here, Scorpio. So look, I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week ahead, and we shall be in touch soon. Thanks again, Scorpio. Bye for now.